Well, good Friday night, and as you see, I'm cranking maybe another video, and this time it's something totally off the wall. Now, I made my Italian bread. You've seen pictures of it, and it smelled really good, and well, we enjoy pickles a lot. Dill, sweet, bread and butter, you name it, we like them all. But I just got this wild notion. I was like, what the hell? I got on Google this afternoon and I typed in dill pickle bread. And lo and behold, it popped up. And guess what I made? Dill pickle bread. You can smell the dill. It doesn't really smell like dill pickle, but you can smell. It smells like dill. It does have a very, very slight pickly kind of smell to it. It's cooled off enough where I can handle it, touch it. It does, it's not too hot. It does have that nice sound, as you can hear. It's done. Sounds like it's hollow. I done took my skewers and I did a couple pieces. There's nothing soggy. It's solid all the way through, nice and spongy. So I know it's done. But I'm probably going to cut this down the middle, keep half, and let somebody else have the other half so they can try it, see what they think. Worst case scenario, I'm going to like it. But if I do like this a lot, I'm going to critique the recipe just a teeny bit so it comes out more than just like split bread and everything else. But some people like it like this. I'm not too fond of it, but I like mine more of a loafy form. But I do have another thing of bread waiting to rise, and when it does, I'm gonna make me another batch, two loaves of bread of that, as I call it, my Italian bread. I have tweaked it a little bit, added a few more things to it, and hopefully everything comes out right. And if it does, more power, and I'm gonna do it that way. But yeah, this here is something that I just got a wild hair at my ass. I was like, I want to see if there is anything available. And now the guy that I follow, he has a YouTube, and the name of the bread is called Dill Dough, and it's kind of like a big joke, haha type thing, because it's like D-I-L-L and then dough, and of course he laughed and made jokes all the way through the whole thing. But it's comical. I'll have to find the guy's name and give him credit, because he's the person I watched. Now there's other videos on there that talks about it, but I followed his to the T, and it's crazy as it is. It's only like 5 ingredients, and that was it. I did overdo the amount of pickle juice, but he said 1 cup of pickle juice. I did 2. It was pretty runny, like he was referring to, but it's okay, because you can see I got a big loaf of pickle bread. So, and if it turns out fairly decent and I don't have any issues with it, I'm going to make a bunch of this and take it with me to the farmer's market, as well as the Italian style bread I have in the counter waiting to be risen. And but if this one turns out really good, it's going to the farmer's market with me for sure, 100%, because I'll be the only person there that has dill pickle bread. Well, that has pickle bread. Now, one of the things different that I did, that what he did was, he took a large pickle, sliced it in half, and then cut it like chunks. I took some small dill gherkin pickles, and a couple spears, and well, more than a couple, up to like three large spears in my food processor, and I ground it up. It almost looked like coleslaw, and then I put all that into the dough, brine, and everything else. Now, but instead of having large pickles protruding out of the top of this piece of bread, it's all finely shaven, chopped down, and it's all inside here. So I can't wait to cut in this bad boy and everything else. Now when I do cut into this, I'm going to let this sit on the counter overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to cut it in half, and we'll see how everything goes. Truthfully and honestly, when bread comes out of the oven with me, usually within like 30 minutes to an hour, that's when I like to cut into it. But I'm going to let this thing rest overnight, and you know, that way everything firms up the way, not, you know, there's nothing spongy, nothing there, you know, not spongy, but, you know, nothing, no, there will be no soft bread. It'll be like a nice cured pizza loaf. But, yeah, I got pickled bread. And this thing here is pretty heavy. I'm going to say this here is probably, weight-wise, close to 3 pounds just for this loaf of bread. Now, that's pretty heavy for bread, I think, anyway. But yeah, it's great. This right here would be great for a Reuben, and man, I tell you what, that's got me thinking, because I might have to go to the store later on tomorrow to get a thing of corned beef, cook it in a crock pot with a bunch of vinegar, and then slice it nice and good. And well, actually, truthfully and honestly, crock pot corned beef is nice, but if you cook it on the stove in a pot, and then you take it out and let it rest on a plate, put it in the refrigerator overnight, take it out and slice it. It doesn't fall apart. It's nice and thick. Put some of that on here with some Thousand Island and then some sauerkraut. Man, you'd have a hell of a sandwich. So that's what I might do tomorrow. Get me a Reuben, not Reuben, but get me the stuff to make a Reuben, to use this bread to make a Reuben. And yeah, pretty damn good. It sounds like, anyway. Of course, I haven't cut the bread yet. I haven't had it, so everything's, you know, up in the air. But it smells really good. But I just wanted to share that and let y'all know that, you know, I'm doing, like I said, I'm working on some crazy creations, and I'm looking crazy things up, because when I get my certification, I go to the farmer's market. I'm going to be one of the only ones that's going to have specialized kind of things, and it won't be every Sunday, but it'll be off and on. You know, whenever I get the wild hair at my ass to create some crazy things, then that's what I'm going to be doing. And then on top of it, let me set my loaf of bread down. I don't want that thing to fall and bust apart. Now, this here, of course, y'all looking at this, you're like, that's a bunch of grass in a bag. Well, you're kind of right. Let me see if y'all can read my crazy handwriting. There it goes. Lemongrass. Well, I have lemongrass tea, but those great big old long protruding things of lemongrass I had, I cut everything down, trimmed it with a pair of scissors after it dried out real good. I even put some in the food processor. It worked okay. It really didn't do what I thought it was going to do, but it's okay, because I got me 250 tea bags coming in, and I'm going to make my own lemongrass tea bags. And now this is a little bit under a gallon bag, because I trimmed off about this much off the bag, and but as you can see, there's a good amount of grass, and not the kind you smoke, and that's gonna make this here will probably make me roughly at least every bit 100 bags of tea. And now, when I was introduced to this over the summer, Dry Ridge Nursery is the people that started the farmers market in Ronnieville, and they introduced me to this. And of course, I traded them a bunch of stuff, or of course they gave me 3 great big ass stalks of it, and I traded them some stuff for it. And now I was hoping to get some ginseng tops and maybe some root to mix with this to make a really pick-me-up kind of herbal tea. I do have some other stuff that, well, let's just say I have some other stuff that I'm going to mix with this, and I'm going to give it to Puckett and Montaz and a couple other people I know, and let them try it and see how they like it. And but yeah, I got a big old bag of cut up lemongrass, and here soon I'll have these put in my tea bags. And if I can score some ginseng, then that'd be great. And if I can't, then at least I got the lemongrass. I can make lemongrass tea bags and do it that way. Yeah, I just tossed it on the ground. But anyway, I just want to make a video, show y'all I did some crazy routine shit, and I made some pickle bread. And like I said, if it turns out great, then I'll make some more of it, and I'll take it to the farmer's market. And if it's kind of I don't, and I try to critique it a couple times, and I still think it's then I just won't do it. But that Italian style bread I've been making, tell you what, that's gonna be my money maker. If nothing else, that's gonna be my money maker. So y'all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all again here soon.